Oh, yeah, how's it going, guys? Hope all is well. So, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Saturday's football selections. Let's start with last week then. Last week, yeah, I think it was one of the bets. There was only one team away. I think someone commented saying I was a bit unlucky, but pretty standard stuff for the football betting. It's always one goal or one game. Always lets me down, and probably the same for all of yous. It's frustrating, and it has been since. The very first time I walked into a Ladbrokes to put a footy bet on when I was like 16 or 17. Yeah, it just happens. But it is the way it is. But we go again for a little bit of fun this Saturday. But this Saturday is a little bit different. We've got FA Cup, which obviously is quite difficult to bet on. There's a lot of lower league teams still in the mix, and we always see upsets on FA Cup day. A lower league team absolutely battering the Premiership giant, or lucking in with a last-minute equaliser to get a replay. All that's probably going to happen, but yeah, it's not as enjoyable as the normal fixtures in my opinion, but it's at least more enjoyable than international football. So I do like watching it, and obviously for those that don't have Sky or Virgin or the dodgy Fire Stick, it's nice to see some normal games on TV. But yeah, this week I've gone for two bets totaling 40 quid. The first one is a teams to win going international though. All the timings are absolutely different because the bet number one is across like the German, Italian, and like French leagues and a few others. Whereas bet number two is a bit more of a monster bet, which I'll come to in a minute. So both teams to score match results sixfold, and that is for the FA Cup. So yeah, all to play for. We'll see how it goes. Like I say, a little bit of fun for me, just sitting there chilling, having a couple of tinnies whilst watching the old Soccer Saturday. So yeah, I do enjoy it, like most of you, and there's a lot of people that do get involved with their selections. I always give them a shout out. Herbert, big shout out to you, and Up the Blades and a few others. Yeah, always follow the football accumulators, and a few of those also big shout out to you that messaged me asking if I'm doing any bets. You show I've got a bit of interest. Like I said, it's a very niche market, a video. Not many people do follow it, but it's something that I like to do. So yeah, it's a bit of fun. Like I always say, I do really mean it. I wish everyone an amazing weekend. If you do have any great selections, then whack them in the comment section below. Equally, any big winners on the slots or the football, then please do share my OAB Gambling channel on Facebook. And yeah, I hope that you're all enjoying the frequent content that's being popped out at the moment at 7 p.m. daily. Going to try my utmost to keep to the schedule. It's very difficult at times, but I always have at least a week's cushion, so it does help out a little bit with the videos. Anyways, let's get into the bets this week. Like I said, bet number one is a teams to win accumulator international, that's a sixfold, and bet number two is a both teams to score match result in the FA Cup, and that's a sixfold too. So let's get into bet number one. This week I have gone for, let's start in the German Bundesliga, Eintracht Frankfurt. That is my impersonation of German. Bayern Munich, both of them to win, and then across to Atalanta in the Italian Serie A, and then Genk in the Belgium League One, both of them to win. Ajax to win, and finally Nice to win. Now that's sixfold there, £20, and that returns £469 and 4 pence, which is a pretty standard return, I'd say, for the majority of them being favourites. I think Ajax was like 1 to 7. You know, they're at home playing a nobody, so expected to win. But that's bet number one. Bet number two then, like I said, both teams score match result winner in the FA Cup. I've gone for this week Birmingham Vs Lincoln, both teams to score yes and Birmingham to win. Leicester Vs QPR, both teams to score yes and Leicester to win. Sorry, did I say Leicester Vs QPR? I did, didn't I? Both teams score yeah, Leicester to win. Bournemouth Vs West Brom, both teams score yes and Bournemouth to win. Brentford Vs Plymouth, both teams to score yes and Brentford to win. So all of them so far home results, but obviously requiring an away goal. And then I've gone for Norwich Vs Brighton, both teams to score yes and Brighton to win. And then finally Sunderland Vs Stoke, both teams to score yes and Sunderland to win. A £20 bet on that returns £13,210 and 43 pence. So they're my bets, and I think I'll leave it there. Have an amazing weekend all. Please keep the slot requests coming if you do watch the 7 p.m. uploads. And yeah, thank you for tuning in. Have an amazing weekend all, and I'll see you all soon. Much love. Ta-da.